News. I know I said in a previous video that there's gonna be no more of this, but there's just so much news. I'm just gonna be all in one video. I'm not gonna make a billion different videos. And also, this covers stuff from today, yesterday, and even some of the day before. I kind of slacked off a little bit. Stuff came up. First we have goaltender Casimir Casco has been signed to a 1-year, 2-way contract by the Nashville Predators. I believe he's coming from overseas, maybe. It looks like he has a Toronto jersey on. I don't know the exact amount, but I can try and find that out for you. Just give me a second. Toronto. Oh, wait. Put Toronto in there. Nashville Predators. When your 2-way contract, that's all it says right now, I think. I'm going to click on the article and try and find it. And it's worth $700,000. That's his contract. The Preds have also signed Tyler Lowington to a 1-year, 2-way contract. And he will be making $700,000 again. Now, the San Jose Sharks have brought back Patrick Marleau on a 1-year contract. And the deal is worth $700,000. He is 41, so that 1-year deal kind of makes sense. He's played a lot of games. I believe he's like 5th all time. Please excuse the dog behind me. Well, so he's definitely getting up there. Joe Thornton and Turner are remaining free agents, and they're both, I believe, 42. So maybe they'll sign them. Maybe they'll give them a chance. But he's older, so he's probably maybe going to decline and play. But overall, I like the signing. Maybe he even retires after this year and ends his year with the Sharks. So he'll end his whole career with there. And also, Sens prospect Tim Stutzel has undergone surgery for a fractured hand. He will be sidelined for 6 to 8 weeks. Not good for a prospect. Okay, so the Vegas Golden Knights have traded Connor Schmidt to the Vancouver Canucks for a 3rd-round pick, and that pick is in 2022. That's really all there is to that trade. It was just basically a 1-for-1 thing. The Golden Knights have signed Alex Pietrangelo to a 7-year, $61.6 million deal. I like this. I think Pietrangelo is very serviceable. The years kind of, make me nervous. And the average annual value is 8.8, so it's definitely a large contract. I probably would have went like 5 years max. And maybe a little bit less, maybe probably 7.5 to 8 million. I think would do good for him. And he's 30, so definitely on the older side of things. So I think this contract at the end of it will end up being a bloated contract and will end up being a bad contract that they have signed for him. Okay, move on. The Golden Knights have announced that they're not trading Flurry. He is staying with that team. He is showing signs of decline, and he is age 35, so definitely declining is going to be going on a little bit more. He's on the other side of everything. Predators have signed veteran forward Brad Richardson to a 1-year, $1 million deal. I like the signing. He can add some good veteran leadership, and he can also put the puck in the net. He is 35, and he played in. He recorded 6 goals and 5 assists in 59 games, so definitely not a big point scorer, but he can put the puck at the net. And he's played 15 years in the NHL, so he's been along pretty well. The Flames have signed former 60-point defenseman Gustafsson to a 1-year deal. Eric Gustafsson has signed a $3 million 1-year deal. I like this contract because if it works out well, they got him. If it doesn't, then, well, that contract's going to be off the books in a year, so you don't really have to worry a lot. And if it does, they can just reassign him. And he had a monster campaign with 17 goals and his 60 points. So that's really good. Let's move on to the next signing. The Islanders have traded Devon Tails to the Avalanche for 2 draft picks, and those 2 draft picks are a second-round pick. Well, they're both second-round picks. I don't see which year in the article. And he is 26, so he's definitely maybe getting up there a little bit in age, but he's still serviceable, I believe. Tails, I believe he was with Toledo to start his career, and he's worked his way up, so that's really good. Now let's move on to the next signing. Yes. Toffoli has signed with the Canadiens on a 4-year, $17 million contract. Average annual value is 4.25. I believe that's a great contract. I believe maybe underpaying for him a little bit. 4 years, really good. I like the years, and it's not a bloated contract either. So I think this is going to end well for the Canadiens. Okay, the Islanders have signed Corey Schneider to a 1-year contract. And the 1-year deal is going to be worth $700,000. Here's the thing with Schneider. He's definitely up there in age, but I think he can be a serviceable backup in the AHL and maybe even add some leadership when he gets called up. I think that Schneider, he's 34, so he's definitely on the older side of, 30. He's going to be 35 this year, so the Devils recently bought him out, and he was horrible with them. I'm really hoping that they can have a bounce back guy with him, but I just don't see them having a bounce back. I believe that he's maybe going to be a fringe starter, maybe even a backup at most with them. So he's probably going to be sent down to the AHL, and realism, he's going to be an AHL goaltender. There's not really much you can do about it. Okay, so the Avalanche have signed Ryan Graves to a 3-year contract, and the deal carries an average annual value of $3.16 million. Graves is 25. He was with Columbus for up until he was traded. He was in the AHL for his 4 seasons before this, making his NHL debut with the Avalanche in 18-19, and he had 12 goals and 19 assists and 95 career NHL games up to this point. I like this signing. I think that Graves, if he keeps on improving, is going to be really good for them. Let's go on to the next signing. Oh yeah, also, first overall pick, Lafreniere has signed with the Rangers, so you can look forward to him wearing number 13 on that team. Okay, so the Blackhawks have signed Matthias Janmark to a 1-year, $2.25 million contract. Great signing with him. He was originally selected by the Red Wings, but he spent his entire career with the Stars. And he appeared in 4 seasons of play, he played in 297 games, spanning 4 seasons of play, and he tallied 46 goals and 63 assists in that whole time. I like that signing. He is a really good two-way forward. BC is signed. Hall signs a 1-year deal with the Sabres. You can also see my thoughts on that below in other videos. Kyle Clifford has signed a 2-year, $2 million contract with the St. Louis Blues, and it's going to be $1 million average annual value. And he spent last season split between the Maple Leafs and the Kings, where he tallied 7 goals and 10 assists with 133 hits in 69 games. Nice. And he had 11 minutes and 11 seconds per contest averaged. And though the left winger is not offensively gifted, he's posted a positive possession numbers throughout his career. That's really good. And he prides himself on being hard to play against and not taking any nights off. That's a great player to have on your team and at your disposal. The Red Wings bring in Namestnikov on a 2-year contract with a reported $4 million. I like that signing. Namestnikov is really good. he definitely did not produce in the finals, but I believe that he had a decent, career. Jared Forbert has signed a 1-year contract worth $1 million with the Winnipeg Jets. He spent last season split between the Kings and Flames. He played 20 games and notched an assist, while in just under 18 minutes per contest. So definitely not offensively gifted, but I believe he's more of a hitter kind of defenseman. And Fasca signs a 5-year, $16 million contract. No, $16.25 million contract, and it's $3.25 million annually. And he's 26, so he's going to probably be around 34 when this contract ends. So he's going to be up there in age. So let's hope that this contract is not bloated and ends up being a good contract for them. And he says that Reddick has developed into an extremely detailed player, and he offers great stuff for the Stars. So that's why they re-signed him. Bogosian has signed a 1-year deal with $1 million with the Maple Leafs. He was not really good. He has a really good shot, but he wasn't really good with the Buffalo Sabres, and I believe that they released him. And he signed with the Lightning. He tallied 7 points in 27 games, and he skated in the 20 playoff games during the Lightning's Cup title. So he won the Cup, and now he is going to the Maple Leafs. Travis Van Riemsdyk is joining the Capitals on the 1-year $800,000 deal. I like Van Riemsdyk. I think he's a really great player. I'm hoping that maybe he produces a little bit more. Montour. Yeah, we're at the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.